Binance once again have just made a play for Terra Luna Classic and equally USTC, and this is a pretty important move and shows a real sense of longevity for USTC and Luna Classic from Binance. We're going to be taking a look at why it's important in this video and everything else going on with Luna Classic. So do me a favor, if you aren't already, subscribe to the channel. We bring you the latest in Luna Classic information and everything going on in the crypto market. Also leave a like on this video, it gets it far and wide and lets everybody know what is going on in the world of cryptocurrency. And with that being said, let's dive in. Now, before we go any further, I just want to, say apologies. I haven't been able to get on my live streams. You all know we've welcomed 2 new babies into the house. So look, it's a bit of a challenge, but look, we're here and we are talking Luna Classic, and hopefully the live streams will be back as soon as I can free up some time to kind of do it. But anyway, Binance extends support for Terra Classic tokens and adds USTC as a borrowable asset on its loans platform. And it is important, the fact that they have added this to their borrowable asset. You can loan against USTC, which is pretty insane. It says here, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency trading platform, announced today that it's added Terra USTC Classic as its borrowable asset on the Binance crypto loans. The exchange made this known in an announcement today saying that USTC will join the list of cryptocurrencies its users can borrow to engage in spot and margin trading. Binance has added USDC as a borrowable asset on the Binance Loans platform. Again, why is this important? Because ultimately Binance is saying we will lend you assets based upon your USTC. Now, they wouldn't do that if they didn't think that there was a long-term viability with USTC. They just wouldn't do it. If it was too risky, if there was an imminent thought process of a crash, then why would they lend against USTC? It says it's worth noting that before users can borrow USTC, they would be required to tender collateral in any of the crypto assets supported as collateral assets. The Binance crypto loan platform features options such as interest rates, maximum loanable limit based on market conditions. So again, I'm not going to go too much into that, but it's an important step again in the legitimacy and longevity of USTC and Luna Classic. Now, we can get the official announcement here from Binance at 6:15 this morning, and it says Binance has added USTC as a new borrowable asset on the Binance Loans platform. Binance Loans provides a large range of options for supported crypto assets, interest rates, collateral assets, and maximum loanable limits. If you are not familiar with Binance Loans, here are some useful resources. So you can kind of go through there from the Binance team and gives you a bit of a risk warning. Now, we can look at the loanable assets, and you can see here USTC, you can loan it on interest rate hourly and daily, and here is the fees and the interest rates that apply to those. But the fact that they have all of these other tokens on there, all these other coins that you can list against, ADA, ApeCoin, Atom, BNB, BTC, BUSD, Kick, it's just another step in the right direction and probably everything that we want to see from Luna Classic and equally that USTC. Now, we all know today we got those FOMC meetings, we got a bit of a nothing from the Fed, and we saw a gigantic crash. Now, the inflation number has come down for the people over the pond in the US, and we did see a pretty big crash. If we go into Bitcoin, you can see this huge crash here, and then we absolutely accelerated. We're on the 1 hour chart all the way back up. So we bottomed out as low as 18.2, absolutely insane, in the space of 5 hours, and then exploded all the way back up to 19,509. Now, we are seeing a strong movement in USTC, and just looking at my chart here, I've got a few lines that we've drawn. We've seen a relatively stable movement between this kind of bottom line, the 4.2s, and peaking very occasionally up around that 5.6. More importantly, this kind of 5.2 range, and it does feel like we are in this level of consolidation sideways, really testing these support levels I've put on there really well. So we'll kind of see what happens over the course of the next hour. But USTC up 15.5% on the back of that Binance news, and I think it is important and showcases exactly how people feel about USTC. Now, we know regulation is coming, we know that stable coins will be the first ones there, but USTC could be really well placed to be the big player in decentralized stable coins. Yes, we have a bit of work to do. Yes, we have to get it back to a value that isn't volatile. Yes, we have to then put that into the ecosystem of Terra Luna Classic to support it. But fundamentally, long term, if you think about it, this is one of those assets. And again, a lot of people talked about, well, USTC is going to become banned. It was only projects like it. So what you won't get is any new algorithmic stablecoins. But we know from that proposal from Tobias Anderson, Zaradar, that this is really viable and that we are working through it. And it could just become that biggest decentralized stablecoin out there, which could be absolutely insane and equally could see a significant move in the price. Now, again, if Binance are prepared to loan against it, and we start getting a bit more news like that around USTC, we could definitely see a more aggressive move. Think about it, it's 5 cents right now of something that used to be $1. So there's a huge potential with holding and making a substantial gain. Equally, you've got to be careful with these things that they are incredibly volatile, and it could be absolutely within the next hour down at 3 cents. So we have to be really careful, play the market to what you think is going to happen. But look, Lunar Classic as well, not quite seeing the same move, albeit we have minted some very strong green candles over the course of the last 8 hours, with just this one at the minute could potentially go red as we sort of move towards it. But look, a really strong performance. Again, bottomed out around the 2.5s on the back of that CPI data, but is really finding some support. And remember, volume for Lunar Classic isn't necessarily a bad thing, both buys and sells. You can see money flow looks pretty good. RSI comes in, especially when we think about on the chain burns and those Binance burns as well. So volume either way, buy or sells, is always positive. Now, equally, a low price means we burn more, but everybody wants to see green candles, and every time you say don't buy green candles, people do. People buy in and FOMO in on potential risk. But while ever we see Bitcoin doing what it's doing right now, which is up 1.35%, we are going to struggle in things like Lunar Classic and a lot of the altcoins. That's just the way that life works. So we're going to stay really close to this. There's definitely some more potential. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because USTC could become the biggest stablecoin player in DeFi, and equally Lunar Classic could be very interesting over the next couple of days, especially as we start to get more and more adoption of all of the ecosystem that links into Lunar Classic. So again, thank you for all the support. Hopefully we'll be back on the live streams very soon. Subscribe to the channel so you know when we go live. Leave a like on this video, let everybody know, and I'll catch you in the next one.